The story begins inside a bank, where a group of robbers equipped with advanced gear are torturing the bank manager. They beat the man so brutally that one of his teeth falls out. It turns out their goal is to open the bank vault. In agony, the manager finally confesses that he himself is the key to unlocking the vault. But when forced to open it, the vault will not respond because one of his teeth is missing. The robbers then force the dislodged tooth back into the manager's mouth, and only then does the vault door open.
Minutes 9.
Without wasting time, they rush in and steal hundreds of diamonds along with a flash drive containing critical data. However, instead of leaving immediately, one of the robbers decides to torment the bank security guard, sparking a heated argument that quickly turns into a violent shootout among themselves.
Wait for his gun. We took his gun.
Amid the chaos, the leader of the gang accidentally reveals her face. To everyone's surprise, the leader is a beautiful woman named Alexis. Feeling betrayed and disgusted by her team's behavior, Alexis shoots her own accomplice dead and escapes with two others named Kevin and Raymond.
Negative 7 seconds, we're late.
Bloody hell.
After escaping, Alexis, Kevin, and Raymond agree to split up and lay low for a month to erase their tracks. To cover their escape, Alexis blows up the van containing the corpse of the teammate she killed earlier. Sometime later, after the robbery, Alexis appears calm in a hotel room. She takes a shower, drinks alcohol, and turns on the television, only to be shocked when the news airs footage of the robbery, including a facial sketch of one of the robbers, which turns out to be her. Just as she steps out of the bathroom, Alexis receives a call from an unknown number. Acting fast, she leaves her room and goes to Kevin's room to avoid suspicion from the hotel staff. Kevin greets her, kisses her lips, and invites her in. He turns out to be Alexis's ex-boyfriend and now has a new plan for them. But before he can explain, Kevin suddenly tells Alexis to hide because his new girlfriend, Jessica, is knocking on the door.
Hey, Jessica, come on in.
When the door opens, Jessica appears accompanied by two hitmen led by a man named Mr. Washington. It turns out Kevin has been blackmailing a senator using a compromising video of Jessica and the senator. The senator himself is the original owner of the stolen flash drive.
You had the foresight to make a backup.
But after the video is deleted, Mr. Washington shoots Jessica dead and begins torturing Kevin to force him to hand over the flash drive. From under the bed, Alexis can only watch in terror as Kevin is brutally killed.
Ice that was stored with them. I don't really give a flying fuck where those... You're going to talk! This is your last chance, Mr. Fuller!
I think he's dead.
Luckily, she discovers that Kevin had hidden the flash drive safely beneath the bed. Shortly afterward, Mr. Washington reports his success to the senator. That is when Alexis emerges from her hiding spot and points a gun at Washington's head, only to realize too late that her gun is empty.
Oops. Witness!
She immediately flees from Kevin's room back to her own to buy time as Washington's men chase her. Inside her room, Alexis blocks the door and manages to shoot one of Washington's men in the leg, giving her enough time to escape. When the men break into the room, Alexis cleverly traps them and slips away again. Washington, both furious and impressed,
I took you for a working girl.
Gun. Whose gun?
Then I found this little baby. Maybe even that smashing little red.
orders his men to seal off the emergency exit as Alexis escapes through the hotel's emergency stairs. Cornered, Alexis finds a vent that leads to the hotel's laundry room. There, she quickly changes into a uniform she finds and rushes to the parking area. She jumps into a car and speeds off. With Washington's men firing at her vehicle.
really like this woman.
After driving a distance, Alexis breathes a sigh of relief, thinking she has lost her pursuers, but instead, police cars begin chasing her, and moments later, Washington and his men rejoin the pursuit. The high-speed chase ends with Alexis's car flipping over. Miraculously, she survives and runs off, seeking help from Raymond, her old partner in the heist. When she arrives at Raymond's hideout, she begs him to open the door. Raymond hesitates at first, but Alexis explains that Kevin has been murdered. Just then, one of Washington's men starts shooting at Alexis, forcing Raymond to open the door in time and save her.
Nose.
Cow. Here.
Inside, Alexis contacts Penny, Kevin's wife, and urges her to leave the house immediately with the stolen diamonds. Penny, however, does not believe her at first and argues instead.
It isn't about you and me anymore.
Get over it and leave me alone.
Meanwhile, Raymond arms himself and prepares for a fight, even positioning a sniper near the window. Soon, Washington and his men storm the hideout looking for Alexis, but they fail to find her. Elsewhere, Penny, still doubtful, finally decides to search for the diamonds and cash Kevin had hidden. While searching, she accidentally breaks a car window and stuffs the shattered glass along with the diamonds into her pocket. Unfortunately, Washington manages to trace Penny's home address from a phone call previously made by Alexis. By deceiving Penny's son, Mateo, Washington discovers the exact location.
7415 Glen Avenue.
And what's your name?
Matthew Michael Fuller.
I know where she's heading.
Moments later, as Penny tries to flee with Mateo, she is intercepted by Washington and his men. They beat Penny and steal the diamonds. Washington then orders his men to kill both Penny and Mateo. In a tense moment, one of Washington's men attempts to harm Penny, but Mateo manages to escape. Suddenly, Alexis appears out of nowhere, fighting off Washington's men and rescuing Mateo.
I do.
Meanwhile, a dazed Penny regains consciousness and struggles against another of Washington's men who tries to hurt her. The man becomes suspicious when his partner does not return. As Alexis prepares to ambush, she is caught off guard and attacked first. A brutal fight breaks out, and Alexis is nearly defeated. Fortunately, Penny saves her by striking the attacker's head with her child's toy, knocking him unconscious. Both women finally feel a brief sense of safety, but that relief does not last long as they discover the flash drive they tried to open has been tracked, putting Alexis in even greater danger. Alexis begins planning a way to stop Washington and his men to ensure the safety of herself, Penny, and Penny's son. Meanwhile, Washington receives a call from the senator, who expresses dissatisfaction with his progress. Despite the senator's offer to send additional help, Washington refuses to accept any outside assistance. Shortly after, Washington receives a call from Alexis, who deliberately provokes and challenges him. Worried about being traced, Washington and his men decide to leave the hotel, taking Kevin's and Jessica's bodies with them. Unbeknownst to them, Alexis has already tracked their location and follows the group of killers to an old warehouse. There, Alexis quickly eliminates one of Washington's injured men, using the short window of time to take Jessica's severed head as evidence. Not long after, Washington arrives at the site intending to burn the bodies of Kevin and Jessica to destroy any trace of their crime. Just before he can carry out his plan, he receives another call from Alexis, this time threatening to shoot one of his men unless he returns the stolen diamonds.
I'm afraid you're going to be sorely disappointed.
So, let's make a deal. I'll trade you this piece of shit. Negotiate. Offers on the table. You have 5 seconds. 4. And he'd like to say hi. 1.
Washington pretends to agree while secretly trying to trace Alexis's location. However, when he reaches the designated spot, he finds the corpse of his subordinate and a bomb set to explode.
Shit.
Fortunately, Washington and his team manage to escape just before the explosion. Frustrated by Alexis's cunning tactics, Washington climbs to the top of the building, shouting and attempting to lure her out by offering a bag filled with diamonds. Alexis appears behind him and nearly manages to push him off.
One more step and he takes flight.
Sorry.
At that exact moment, one of Washington's men strikes her head, knocking her unconscious. A short while later, Alexis wakes up tied to a chair, with Washington and his men preparing to torture her. Washington shows her the bag of diamonds he desires, but when it is opened, the contents turn out to be nothing but broken glass. It is revealed that Penny had switched the diamonds with glass shards earlier when she fled. Feeling deceived, Washington threatens Alexis, trying to force her to reveal the location of the flash drive. Despite the horrific threats, Alexis refuses to talk.
Where is the drive?
You're right.
Washington continues torturing her, almost breaking her leg, but Alexis remains silent, which unexpectedly earns his reluctant respect. He knows that Alexis is a former member of the United States Special Forces with highly advanced infiltration skills. However, in her past, she experienced a tragic incident where she accidentally killed an innocent family. The trauma from that event caused her to abandon her military career and became the reason she is now so determined to protect Kevin's family. Washington then tries to exploit that trauma, telling her that she will never be able to protect Penny and her son unless she hands over the flash drive. Under pressure, Alexis finally makes a deal. She instructs Penny to safeguard the flash drive and place it inside an airport locker at Cape Town before 9 o'clock. After the deal is made, Washington suddenly stabs Alexis in the thigh to prevent her from escaping.
Cape Town Airport, 9 p.m. tonight.
It's gonna take that long. He's good for people in our line of work. Make her look pretty.
Some time later, Washington takes Alexis to the airport according to the plan. While there, a woman accidentally bumps into Alexis and discreetly slips her a key to locker number 814, where the flash drive is actually hidden, without Washington's knowledge. That woman is revealed to be Penny. Alexis then hands the key to Washington, but he remains suspicious and forces her to open the locker herself. Penny, who had bumped into Alexis earlier, moves cautiously, knowing she is being watched by Washington's men. While waiting, she picks up a newspaper and notices Alexis's photo, realizing that Alexis and Kevin were the bank robbers. When they reach the locker area, Alexis opens the locker according to the number given by Penny. Inside, there is a suitcase. Still suspicious, Washington orders Alexis to open it. After she does, he commands his assistant, Clinton, to inspect it first. To everyone's shock, the suitcase contains a bomb.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
It turns out Alexis and Penny had prepared a trap for Washington and his men. The explosion goes off, sending Clinton flying and creating mass panic in the airport. The scene descends into chaos as people scream and run for cover. Washington then realizes that the flash drive he has been searching for was actually hidden behind his own tie since the meeting at the hotel. Moments later, a gunfight erupts between Clinton and airport security, resulting in Clinton's death.
Favors, it had to be good for something.
Amid the chaos, Alexis seizes the opportunity to snatch the flash drive from Washington's tie and escapes. She also manages to rescue Penny, who had been captured by Washington's men earlier. Penny joins the fleeing crowd and escapes from the airport. Washington, trying to remain calm, looks for an exit but is stopped when the police surround him and aim their weapons. Outside, Alexis cleverly creates a distraction, making it appear as though Washington is about to draw his gun. Seeing the suspicious movement, the police open fire without hesitation, killing him instantly. After the incident, Penny is questioned by the police regarding the airport explosion. During the investigation, the police discover Jessica's head, which Penny had left behind. Strangely, inside Jessica's severed head, they find a diamond, leading authorities to suspect Alexis's involvement in the bank robbery. Meanwhile, Alexis successfully purchases a plane ticket using a fake identity and an illegal passport to flee the country. On the plane, she meets an old friend who is an expert hacker. Together, they attempt to unlock the flash drive's contents. Inside, Alexis discovers documents detailing the senator's criminal operations, including a planned coup to take over the government.
Take long?
I understand.
Shape the destiny of our country. Turn the U.S. into a punchlines and sycophantic dilettantes that have run it into in just a few months' time.
At that moment, Alexis receives a call from a man named MacArthur, Washington's replacement. MacArthur threatens her and demands the return of the flash drive. But exhausted by all the threats and betrayal, Alexis refuses. After being rejected, MacArthur reports his failure to the senator. And that is where the story ends. From this story, we can learn that greed and betrayal only lead to destruction. Power and wealth often make people willing to betray even those closest to them. However, intelligence, courage, and the will to protect others can become the strongest weapons in the face of danger. If you enjoyed this video, don't be shy, hit the like button, and if you disliked it, hit the dislike button twice just to be sure. You should watch the full movie. Thank you very much for watching.